This week's show brought to you by Frank Shoup, Georgetown's big name in cars. Georgetown Advantage Air, now locally owned and operated by Gene Thompson.
Welcome everybody to the Scott County News Graphic Boys Basketball Coaches Show. Coach Billy Hicks, special guest for the second time this season, Taylor Berryman. I am Kal Oakes, and we are here. It's the 11th Region Playoff Tournament edition of the Coaches Show, and all the work, all the summer basketball, all the preseason, 3 months of regular season comes down to the final week.
Well, now it's
either put up or shut.
You either win or like I said, start getting your fishing equipment cleaned up, and get old and everything. This time of year, it's like it's been a fast year, Cal. It really has, and where you start building early in August to this time right now. You want to be your best right now, and you hope that everything goes all right. And it's been a good week. I think we are playing our best basketball right now. It's just we have to do it this week without Michael Marino.
Yeah.
Michael's had the stomach bug, and I've really been sick the last couple of days, and hasn't been able to come to school or anything. Hasn't been able to keep his food down. So I hope that I hope he rebounds, comes back tomorrow, and gets his strength back up.
What is the contingency plan for that? If he's not able to go, or even if his minutes are limited, obviously you'll have to shuffle some things around and against Frankfurt.
Well, that's what you play. You play all year for. You try to build some depth, and you try to get players ready to go. And it's Dakota Allen has really come on the last few weeks, and he's looked really good in practice the last couple of days. So Dakota's still been there, but he's no Michael Marino right now. And that's no disrespect to Dakota, because nobody else is either.
I don't know who in the state is.
I don't know anybody in the state that really step right in and take Michael's place and improve on it. But Dakota's done really good. He really has. And Michael will be back. It's not like he's got an injury or something. He's sick, and he can come back from that. And God, we're looking forward to it this week. It's a really exciting time. They call it March Madness because people get a little bit crazy this time of year.
Taylor, it's your senior year. This is your last go around. How do you feel about the way things have come together? As Coach said, it looks like the team is playing its best basketball.
I feel like we have a good shot, but it's all coming into place. I just feel like it's our turn. I feel like everything's going great.
And it started off, we kind of got tuned up for this with the district championship last Friday night, the 42nd district, and it had been a while since Scott County had won that, so that's always a good thing to have in your pocket going into the federal cap.
It really was. Back in 2014, we lost in the district championship and came back and beat Henry Clay in the regional final. They beat us in the district, come back and beat him in the regional finals, and then we lost in overtime to Cocat in the state championship game. So yeah, it feels a lot better. I guess it's about the same going in, but it really feels a lot better winning it, and you want to win it. I don't think anybody wants to say, well, we'll go out and lose. But it's on to Richmond and first round game with Frankfurt. I probably had seen all the teams play that are in the regional tournament, with the exception of Frankfurt. But you have tapes and stuff nowadays.
Right.
They've got some really good young players. I know when our good sophomores came through, their toughest competition was that class is now at Frankfurt High School, and then of course they had Diablo Stewart's at Franklin County. He was with that crew as middle schoolers, so that was our toughest competition. And those guys they got a really good bunch of sophomores.
Taylor, what were your thoughts on the district tournament? You guys played, I thought Sayre, that was as good a team as they've had in a long time, and gave you a challenge there for the first half. What kind of turned the tide, you thought, in the second half?
I think that we just came out, we realized that we weren't playing as hard as we should have been, and we knew we needed to step up and just go ahead and get the W.
Well, you guys did a really good job, Coach, defensively against Jake Doobie in that game. Limited his touches, got him into foul trouble. He only took 7 shots. And, a guy that was averaging 23 points a game.
We hang our hat, Cal, on our defense. We've been hard to score on this year. Probably as good as any team we've had in a while. Maybe since I've been here, because it's hard. Teams just not getting a lot of points against us. We're making it hard for people to score. It's just sometimes we stumble offensively. I thought in the Sayre game we did a great job of shutting them down, giving them one shot, and and doing that. But then we turned around on the offensive end, and we took some bad shots. We forced some things. We didn't have enough patience, and therefore we struggled a bit offensively. But second half, it all come together, and this is a great group of kids. You know, they're really a fine group, and we really enjoy working with them, and they want to win. They want to win, and it was, I was really excited about how we came out the second half and beat a very good Sayre team. Maybe it's the best Sayre team I've seen since I've been here, and they certainly belong in the regional tournament, and they've got a big game with Madison and Southern coming up, and so I really was really pleased, you know, overall with the victory.
It's an interesting tournament draw we've got going because there were some upsets, look like upsets on paper anyway, in the district tournaments. You've got you got Sayre, you got in there, you got Madison Southern beating Madison Central, which doesn't happen very often. You had Catholic losing, and so they go in as a 2 seed, and you kind of didn't know what you were going to get going into that first round.
It was a strange draw because you always think about, well, you know, Lexington Catholic, us and Catholic have been the mainstay in the region since we've been in the Levels region, and we've won more regional championships than any other team. So obviously, you know, you look at Lexington Catholic, they were going in as a runner-up. Madison Central, it's the first time since we've been in the Levels region that Madison Central hasn't won that district. So that was strange. That was there really wasn't a good draw. There wasn't a good draw. Anything, you just hope that, you know, you didn't want to come out as it was a winner and play Lexington Catholic or Madison Central right off the bat. And that happened, but that's no disrespect to Frankfort, who has a bunch of good young athletes.
Yeah. Is this, what are your perspectives, Taylor, on how the team feels going into regions? It's a young team still, so you see some of these teams that have seniors or senior dominated. Is it a challenge going into an event like the regional when you got a lot of guys who, they were there last year, but still kind of young in age?
I mean, I think we're all excited and ready to take on region this year, but I think last year everybody got their feet wet, and I think they're ready for this year. I think we're.
Well, you know, that's a good point that Taylor just made, Cal, is that, you know, even though we were young last year, we lost in the regional championship in a tough, hard-fought game. So, you know, we're young, but we got a lot of experience. And, you know, I love young experience. It means you got them long.
That's right.
But we're young, but we got as much experience as anybody in the tournament. Our guys have logged as many mentions as the rest of them.
This region historically, probably one of the toughest, if not the toughest, in the state, and this year's no exception. You see, there are 2 teams in the draw at least that you know pretty well with LCA and Lexington Catholic. You had tough games with them that seemed like they were an eternity ago. They were way back in December. How much, you know, going forward, if you are able to get, assuming we get past Frankfurt, going into those later rounds, I mean, how much of those experiences from those 2 games are you able to use when you're preparing?
Oh, it's invaluable because now we've seen them. We know how their players match up with our players, who we can guard, and who is toughest to guard. You know, and we play man-to-man 99% of the time, so matchups are very important to us and everything, getting it right. And we try to take our guys. You know, some of our guys are better on pressure containing the ball, some are better at waving the ball, some are better on perimeter defense, some are better on post defense. So you got to know your own team and know what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then know the other team so you can use your strengths and weaknesses to offset their strengths and weaknesses.
Your practice time's kind of limited too, because you're talking a Thursday game, potentially a Saturday game, potentially a Monday game. Do you kind of have to prepare for the whole big picture in advance? Do you kind of, when you're getting through Tuesdays and Wednesdays practice, are you kind of thinking ahead without telling anybody you're thinking?
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to think ahead because this week here we've had to get better practices. We really haven't mentioned Frankfurt's name or anybody else, but in the back of our mind, when I make that practice schedule out, I'm preparing us for down the road. Tomorrow now, our full focus will be Frankfurt, but now since our Sunday, Monday, Tuesday practice, we'll be getting ready for a tournament on down the road.
And looking down the road, Taylor, the one team in the region that you didn't beat this year in the regular season was Catholic, and they could be, if you get as far as the final, are there. Do you feel like the guys are motivated to maybe get to that game, maybe see them again?
I think our defense has came along really well, and I think we've gotten a lot better since then. And I think we will be able to. It'll be a good game.
I think it's the point to be made there. When you play both LCA and Catholic, we were still recovering from football season in a lot of ways, weren't we? I mean,
We Cooper Watts and Cooper Robb have improved so much more now than they have then, and so's Glenn. So the three of those guys have really come on and gotten better now. And of course, Catholic, I'm sure Catholic's getting better too. They've got some kids that have gotten on, but we, I felt like that we weren't at our best that night. But then you got to give Lexington Catholic credit because they have tough kids, and boy, they're a tough team to beat. They don't go down easy.
Lots to look forward to in the 11th region. The boys tournament starts on Wednesday night this week, and as we said, concludes Monday with the championship game. So plenty of chances, hopefully, to get out and see the Cardinals and support them down at EKU. Until next time, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Taylor. I'm Cal. We'll see you on the sideline.